Action. Most distinguished, how is Nigeria treating you?
Well, like every other Nigerian, I'm in Nigeria, inside Nigeria, and I feel the challenges Nigeria is going through, it affects everybody. But as a lawmaker, I'm doing my best to see what I can do to help, to ease the problems in Nigeria. But it's actually biting hard. The citizens are not.
I can attest to it.
They're not smiling at all.
I can attest to it, and that is what we do on the show.
With the present cost of living.
Nigeria right now with Dixon Irebo today. Our guest is distinguished Senator Victor Chukwunonyelu Umeh, representing Anambra Central here in the Red Chamber, and he's the chairman Senate Committee, National Population and National Identity. Distinguished, since let's take it from where you presently occupy as heading that committee at the Red Chamber. Our population in Nigeria, what is stopping us from knowing how many we are in Nigeria?
Well, there's a problem that the country has faced in a long time, our inability to do head count, to know how many people live in Nigeria within a particular time. It's made worse that our last census here was in 2006, 20 years ago. And 20 years is a long span for a country to live without knowing how many people they are governing. How many people they are providing for. Many people to plan. Yes, population is a very essential thing. Knowledge of how many people you have and the spatial distribution of the people and the demographics of that population. Very important for national planning. And it is a census that will give you how many people live in Nigeria, the age distribution, how many people are infants, how many people are within a certain age bracket, how many people are within the school age, how many people will be in the secondary school, for example, how many people will be in the primary school, how many people are middle-aged people, the working population, how many people are there, those who are aging, how many are there. You know, you have to do this and be in a position to do effective planning to respond to the needs of the people, the population. We don't have that.
We don't have that.
We have continued to run with estimates. When you come and people say Nigerians are about 250 million people. We have been on 200 and something million for so many years. You know.
Any wonder why the country seems to be not firm about how the vision about leadership and what the people want in the area of housing, in the area of water, in the area of roads and all. Any wonder? Is it possibly because of non-planning in this direction?
It impacts on the inability of the government to know who they are catering for. You know, because if you have near accurate information about the size of people you have in your country, your population, for example, it will aid you to work on the needs of the people. And the needs of people, the needs of the people vary with age brackets.
Very true.
You know, not being able to organize a census makes it difficult for government to be directly responsive to the needs of the people.
So you see that
you don't know who you are providing for. It's like when the government tried to do palliative for the vulnerable people. You know,
you're not sure of the numbers.
It was a blind program. Because you don't know who is within the poverty line. You don't know the number that need some of those interventions. And when government started it got into a hitch immediately because poor accountability, how to channel the funds to the required people.
The people can't attest to receiving any of those.
Nobody ever verified. If you have a population distribution, and then you know those who are below the poverty line, immediately you respond to those people when you want to do any intervention.
Is your committee doing anything in that direction?
Yes, of course. Census is the only instrument you use to look at the population of Nigerians, how many are we really, the age distribution of this population. The government will use it as a planning tool to be able to provide necessary facilities.
Yeah. So what's your committee doing to tackle that?
We are doing everything to get government to conduct census. We've been doing that in collaboration with the United Nations and other aid organizations. Government understands the need to conduct census. Even last year, the president inaugurated Presidential Advisory Council on the census. Along the line, due to inconsistency, he stepped it down.
Inconsistency from where?
From advisors. Some feel that we're going into the election, and if you embark on census now, before the election, you may run into crises of different proportions. So I think the president is tarrying a while, waiting for the election to come and go.
So census
then you go to census, yes.
It will be by the next government that will come on board.
Well, that's practically what it looks like, because we are in, this is July, and this time of this government will end on 29th of May next year. So with the election activities lined up, between it has already rolled off. Electioneering has rolled off.
Yeah, politicking is also governance is even taking
everything. So it will be very difficult to combine it with the conduct of census.
Let's bring in a very recent development about a certain fake agency that is having correspondences with both the National Assembly, diplomats and all of that, and then government came out to say that, that is a fake agency. And this agency that is said to be fake has provision in the budget, the 2026 budget. What's your reaction to that?
Like every other Nigerian, it's a huge embarrassment that an organization unknown to government is operating in Nigeria with accommodation in the federal secretariat or the federal government of Nigeria, and doing things with people who are even foreigners. And the greater revelation that's a shock is that they are provided for in the national budget. Yeah. There's no way the Nigerian government will be making provisions in its national budget for a non-existent organization. And it's been passing all the budget checks and in existence. So
got a budget code.
Budget code, yes. You have to, the Minister of Budget and Planning will always assign budget codes to ministries and agencies of government. So for them to also be assigned budget code means that the system acknowledges that they're in operation. So
with the central bank accounts.
Yes, because if you're not recognized, you will not have access to opening accounts with the Central Bank of Nigeria as a banker to the government, of the country. So it is a very huge shock and surprise, and you can imagine what may have been happening with that agency. It's just that this one just got revealed. Nobody will know.
If there are so many
others, and they are drawing monies in our budget, and those who are accessories to such fraudulent existence of non-recognized organizations will be cashing out. When we approve money, allocations go, and now that they have accounts with the central bank, they receive their money and siphon it.
But the National Assembly ought to be doing oversight. What role then do you play?
Well, the oversight of the National Assembly is there, but most times it is the government that sends budget proposals to the National Assembly. And if the president comes and lays a budget before the National Assembly, it is assumed reasonably by the National Assembly that these provisions have been made in favor of agencies recognized by the federal government
and
of
Nigeria. And due diligence would have been done?
Yeah, due diligence would have been done. You know, the president is the one who makes the project proposal, brings it to National Assembly. That document, when it is led before the National Assembly, the first thing the National Assembly will do is to treat the budget as coming from the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And his team will not have any excuse for inserting anything in that budget proposal, because the president does not know really how many agencies of federal government we have. People who work with the government, Minister for Finance, Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Head of Service of the Federation. There are people who are in government who should know what will constitute valid budget heads.
Distinguished.
Yes.
Who should be held accountable? Especially when the office of the Chief of Staff to the President has been linked to this guy.
If he has been there, is for the President to question them. You know, whatever role anybody has played engaging in this type of nefarious activity and fraud, the person should be held accountable. If the Chief of Staff to the President has been dealing with this agency, and the agency is not in existence as recognized by the government of Nigeria, of course, the Chief of Staff will explain his involvement in the saga. For us as National Assembly, I'm sure we are resuming today, and I don't think that it will be swept under the carpet.
So Nigerians should be expecting that the Red Chamber would act.
Yes, we'll have to ask what the money we appropriated to that agency, where it has gone to, who has been using it, for whose end does the money serve.
So are we expecting heads to roll today when the National Assembly?
The National Assembly doesn't cut heads off.
No, I mean...
But what we shall do is that we have to, with our oversight powers conferred on us by Section 8.8 of the Nigerian Constitution, this revelation that came up, the National Assembly will investigate it.
Okay.
We will get to the root of it, and when we get to the root of it, Nigerians will know.
We'll take a break and come back. This is Nigeria Right Now with Dixon Irebu. My guest is Senator Victor Chukwunonyelu Umeh, representing Anambra Central here at the Red Chamber. We'll be right back.
The Nigeria Right Now show is a great show, and I want to thank Namesake. I want to thank you and your crew for this wonderful job you are doing to create this opportunity for various policy makers and decision makers and players in our nation's national life to air their views on issues of topical interest. And I want to thank you for having me on this show. Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Welcome right back. This is still Nigeria Right Now with Dixon Irebu. Senator Victor Umeh is still here with me. Distinguished. Let's discuss politics. You have, within the last 2 months, been a member of about 3 political parties. How consistent is that as a politician?
Well, we are in a season of political confusion in Nigeria. As long as those confusions rear up, everybody will continue to navigate for safety. Yes, in the past 2 months or so, or 3, I would say I've been only in 2 political parties, ADC and NDC.
But you came into the
we came into the Red Chamber LP, you know. And when the smoke was put on LP last year, everybody saw it happening. The party went a different direction the members would desire. And that led to very serious efforts to see if that party can be salvaged. And that was for the fact that we came to the National Assembly and to office through the party.
So the LP guys had their challenges, and then that led you to...
Of course, we'll try to fix the problem in the Labour Party, but it turned out to be intractable. The leadership of the party at that time was more interested in collaborating with the external forces, you know, instead of building the party. And what started with the controversial attempt to renew the tenure of the officers that had expired at that time, became the first issue And we there try to get the leadership to do the proper thing, organize congresses from the ward, local government, states, and to the convention. We the members.
Yeah.
We the members.
Does that include also the presidential candidate?
Everybody, yes, everybody.
But a lot of people have heard something, hold that against Mr. Peter Obi.
They cannot hold it against. They can't hold it against.
Coordinate his house, and so how is he able to coordinate Nigeria?
Labour Party wasn't Obi's house. Obi joined Labour Party. He joined the Labour Party and contested for presidential election. He wasn't a founder of the party. He joined the party in 2022. You know, with that he contested election. And there is always this feeling of people who think that they own the party. You know,
so because no matter candidate of the party,
became a candidate of the party, became a presidential candidate. So the resistance was always there. Oh, we helped you, gave you ticket to run for president. Your powers are limited. You know, when you get people who begin to reason that way, it will be very difficult for you to work with such set of people, particularly from the fact that the Labour Party was actually nothing until Obi joined it and used it to do a spectacular work in the 2023 general election. When we saw that there was a deliberate attempt to foist Budo's leadership on the party, you know, perpetually, we had to look for a place to go to.
So you moved to ADC?
Yes, we moved to ADC. And as soon as we joined ADC on 31st of December, 7 days after, INEC sacked Abure.
So that affirms
to show you that it was Peter Obi.
That they
didn't want. It was Peter Obi. So as soon as Peter Obi left, they released the Labour Party.
Yeah, but do you think, sir, that the wandering nature,
let me help you. There's nothing like wandering. Let me help you. You see?
The moving about of Mr. Peter Obi.
No, it's nothing. He has not disrupted anything. If you're in a place where you are being choked, you can't continue staying there. So it was that situation.
The ADC also left.
Yes, in the ADC. You saw what happened to ADC as well. When we were there, they started again. One nephew Bala was propped up to challenge the leadership of David Mark in ADC, despite the fact that there was no way you can sustain such an action. They used the court to create confusion in ADC by making an order of maintenance of status quo ante bellum, which the INEC refused to interpret correctly. You know,
was that also a move targeted at Peter Obi?
Well, the platform was targeted for destabilization. It's not only Peter Obi that was in ADC. Atiku and others were there.
Yes.
Yes. So at the time we left the ADC, it's already obvious that the litigations they have created there has created that air of uncertainty.
But people say that Peter Obi left, and particularly Peter Obi, even though you also left with him, that Peter Obi left because of the fear of primaries. You have been chairman of a political party that produced Mr. Peter Obi as governor.
Yes.
Is Mr. Peter Obi running away from primary?
Well, it's a matter of a strategy for somebody who knows what he's looking for and knows how to get it. I think the issue now is that Peter Obi is a presidential candidate. He's running the election because when all these movements in the ADC, we tried to get certain things done in ADC.
You couldn't secure a consensus?
We didn't even get to the point of consensus. The party was pretending. You know, we raised salient issues about rotational presidency. It was key to people like me that the presidency should be in the south to run 8 years before it gets to the north. So some people in ADC did not see that way. They believe that it can be, and it has become. Atiku is now their presidential candidate. I was watching Ali Modu Sheriff last night on channels, and he pointedly said that it's not the turn of the North
he also
to
talked
produce
about
president.
Peter Obi,
no, what he said about Peter Obi.
He said the North cannot vote Peter Obi, cannot trust him.
No, it's not they cannot. Peter Obi is the most trustworthy person I've seen in the politics of Nigeria. But what he says instead is that Peter Obi did not condemn Biafra. Because he didn't condemn Biafra, therefore he should not be voted to be president of Nigeria. Look at what Sheriff could open his mouth and say 56 years after the war. You know, for such people, they are the problems of Nigeria. People like him are the problems of this country. Remember that he was one that introduced Boko Haram in this country, and he has not weighed the carnage Boko Haram has brought on this country, the number of lives we have lost in this country because of Boko Haram. It started with him.
If he was the one that introduced Boko Haram, why is he walking free in Nigeria?
Well, that is the question you ask Nigerian government. And that's why he's so audacious to come out and say the things he said. What he said was very shameful. In Nigeria today, somebody who is operating in leadership level should know what to say and what not to say. You know, and
shouldn't be divisive or truth.
He's an extremist. He's an extremist. So he's not supposed to be given opportunity to even to come on television to talk on behalf of APC. That what he did last night was completely the marketing of APC, because he's now he has shown himself as an extremist, and that is why he did not see anything wrong with what Boko Haram was doing. Last night he was condoning Boko Haram, but he was the one who introduced it. He brought it when he was governor of Borno State. Look at how many people have lost generals in the army. We have lost a lot of important Nigerians, mass killings and all that. This war that has gone on over the years after he left office, he's not touching his heart. And he can come out to say that Peter Obi did not denounce Biafra. When Biafra came, Peter Obi was 6 years old. Peter Obi was born in 1961, and the Biafran Republic came in 1967. So Obi was merely 6 years old. He knows what he's doing. He wants to tag Obi with rebellion. Obi has nothing to do with rebellion. He was just, like I told you, 6 years old when the circumstances that bettered Biafra came, and it lasted for 3 years, and the war ended. That war should end, and that is what I have been speaking all the time, that Nigerians must end that war. The people who fought that war are desperate to end that war. People like General Olusegun Obasanjo, T.Y. Danjuma, and so on and so forth. They are desperate to heal the wounds of that war.
How will Nigerians end the war or heal the wounds of that war? How do you propose?
By stopping people like Modu Sheriff from coming to the public space to talk about Biafra. Biafra ended as a republic in 1970. So this 56 years after. And as always using that to bring it to bear in the politics of Nigeria is showing that the country doesn't want to make progress. People like Modu Sheriff should be thrown above board because they are trying to provoke feelings of what happened. The people of Biafra he was referring to lost over 6 million people, children 3 million. You know, we've decided to live with it, and we have put it behind. I'm a Biafran. Yes, for the fact that I hail from the defunct Republic of Biafra. So you cannot come to me today and begin to talk to me and denigrate me. What about what led to the war? Has it been addressed? It has not been addressed. The injustices that led to the war and all that. So we've decided to put it behind and become part of the search for a united Nigeria. Okay. But you cannot continue to, because of politics, you come and use it and weaponize it. Peter Obi has nothing to do with Biafra as a citizen. Peter Obi believes in the unity of Nigeria more than those who are professing it today. Because I have followed him to Bauchi, to Muslim schools where he's been donating money, health institutions in the north. He's going everywhere in Nigeria, you know. Anytime you have disaster anywhere in Nigeria in the north, Peter Obi will first be there. So he's somebody should not throw mud at because he wants to be president of Nigeria. That is the only attempt Modu Sheriff made last night to throw mud at him, to demarcate him. But it will fail because Nigerians have seen through what is happening in this country.
Let's conclude by discussing your party, the NDC. What are the chances of NDC in this election, especially with the recent court cases?
The party is the party to beat in the coming election for the fact that Peter Obi has emerged its presidential candidate with Alhaji Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, senator, as his running mate. This is a pair that will give Nigeria the elusive unity the country has been facing. You know, two of them will unite the country. People will go after them because they have the wherewithal and things and policies and programs that will turn the country back to a pedestal of progress. Obi himself is the reason in Nigeria where there is attempt to muzzle both the NDC or wherever they find him. Because when he came in 2022 and through the Labour Party, nobody gave him a chance. But I remember I was on Arise Television July 2022 to tell them that Peter Obi will shock them in that election. And eventually he did. So they know that. And the present government is aware that Peter Obi is a potential threat in this election.
Do you think Peter Obi can win the 2020?
He can win it very easily. Nothing has changed in Nigeria. The economy has not fared better. Look at, you're just asking me about a fake agency that is drawing money from budget of this country. This type of thing should not be rearing its head up. We have a lot to do. We have citizen welfare to take care of. The cost of living is so choking.
And you are coming back again, right? You're coming back.
Well, I'm contesting. I'm a candidate for my senatorial district in NDC. My name has been uploaded to INEC.
What new are you bringing to the table?
I think I'm somebody in the Senate that Nigerians know. I've always stood on the path of justice and rectitude. Anything that will make this country work, I'm for it. I don't get swayed by those who think that anything goes. Anything does not go for me. I'm very pragmatic in dealing with issues. When we did the Electoral Act Amendment Bill, I was one of the 15 senators that voted against the majority.
Your voice was very
Yes, I'm always there, and people can easily know my stand on issues that border on equity and fairness in the way we do things. But it's only the practice of equity and fairness that can preserve the unity of Nigeria. I want a Nigeria that will be there for everybody, and that is why when in ADC, Elijah Topical started insisting that he must run for president. I knew that it was time for me to go. I can't stay there because it's against the principle that has held the country together. When you go, other people should go.
Yeah.
Because Nigeria, you talked about population.
Yeah.
Nigeria has over 300 ethnic nationalities. People from diverse
So we should have
tribes.
a sense of belonging.
You have a sense of something that will unite everybody.
I agree.
You know, so if you are not previous, if you are impervious to such arrangement, then you don't wish the country well.
Thank you very much.
And that is what it is. So the opportunity, if I have it again, in the chamber, I've always been seen as somebody who is agitating for equity and fairness. I've always kicked against marginalization of my own people. And our own marginalization is a deliberate thing being done, like Modu Sharif said last night. Yes, so we cannot allow such thing to be our way of life. Let Nigeria be available to all Nigerians. Let anybody who finds himself in leadership have Nigeria as his constituency. We don't want sectional leadership in this country.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Distinguished Senator Victor Chukwunonyelu Umeh has been my guest, and thus far we discussed salient issues about building a great nation. As always on this show, our business is to hold leaders to account and also to promote patriotism among Nigerians, so that that very angle in our anthem that says that we may build a nation where no man is oppressed. I'll see you next week on this same show, Nigeria.
And that's even one reason I supported the change of the national anthem.
You just heard that one.
Yeah, the third stanza.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.